Welcome back for another episode of School of Airway. There's another device that inspired me to find and look up that I noticed in Twitter from JC I guess he works with Delta Medics regarding a device called an iWay. This device looks like a regular nasal trumpet, nasal cannula, but it's different. It provides oxygenation through one port, this long chamber, but along it there's a thinner cannula that you don't see. And it's designed to be kink-proof. And this device right here, this open space, is designed to sample CO2. Whereas other devices exist at the nasal location, the entrance of the nostrils, where oxygen is being delivered at the same time as CO2 is being sampled. There's a limit of how much O2 you can give because you can wash out the true value of the CO2, end-tidal CO2 that you're really truly picking up. On this device, though, you're giving oxygen through a small port here, but this long catheter, long cannula, is sampling CO2 down deep, past the tongue, and getting the CO2 straight from the lungs. Looks somewhat comfortable. I don't know. I'll have to try it out when I get my sample that's been requested. This looks like a more efficient way of giving oxygen. I don't have to put a nasal cannula connected to a nasal trumpet or a nasal pharyngeal airway. This is almost doing the action of both. Okay, you giving oxygen at the same time as sampling CO2. Now, this doesn't replace an ABG, but it helps to trend things as you're watching them hopefully improve during your care. Okay? You can get an accurate capnometer waveform while you're delivering oxygen. All right? Now, if your heart's very healthy and your lungs are very healthy, it'll come close to your PaCO2. And if it isn't, it just guides you and gives you trends of how well or how badly the patient's ventilating. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try it out on myself and then on my mannequins. But this is just an introduction of a device I saw that shows potential. Okay, it'd be nice to know if someone's recovering respiratory-wise with their ventilations from an elective procedure, general anesthesia, like local anesthesia, spinal anesthesia given, and now the patient's, you're trying to make sure they're still breathing despite the medications were given. Perhaps the patient had procedural sedation. You just want to trend if the patient's doing better. It's nice to get more information other than a pulse ox. It would be nice to measure if the patient's breathing truly, hypoventilating, Narcan overdose, patient's Long Island, maybe patient did a little bit of heroin or some Percocet. It'd be nice to know how they're breathing. Okay, how else can we use this? How else can we use this? So, if you do learn how to use this, and I apologize, this is a mannequin. You can use this while supplying oxygen, and I've yet to learn how much oxygen you can give without causing an alteration of the true number of the end-tidal CO2. But it looks feasible that I can actually oxygenate the patient, measure the end-tidal CO2, right? Since the end-tidal CO2 is going to change in value before the pulse ox is going to drop, there's a lag of 30 to 45 seconds at least, maybe up to a minute. So I'll pick up if the end-tidal CO2 starts changing or it becomes absent. Apnea is starting to happen after I give the RSI. Some of us don't like to examine the abdomen. Some of us don't like to look at the chest. So you can watch this as you're intubating. Okay. And then this is during intubation. And then you can actually do this while you're placing an LMA, which is favorable. And you can bag the patient and you still get an end-tidal CO2 number and oxygenate the patient. All right. Pre-oxygenation or rescue oxygenation, you can still get an end-tidal CO2. I'm not sure if this is going to alter the number of the end-tidal CO2 with all the force being delivered through positive pressure, but hey, I'll learn soon. And then post-extubation, you'll know if the patient's ventilating. All right, so These are things that I need to figure out for myself and figure out my mannequins before I can use it on patients. But it looks like a great device. Alright. Nasogastric tube. Doesn't look like a sexy thing. Patient, hopefully he's not phobic of too many tubes in the nose, because they will have a phobia. Now, instrumentation of the face. I don't know how much they want to do this while we're doing these procedures, like a peritonsil abscess drainage or a dental procedure. But it looks very feasible. It looks very attractive for a dental ER. Alright? If you don't start sedating with laughing gas or too much sedation with like IV medications, okay? Probably won't be that necessary for a person who's getting local injections to the face or the mouth. But if you start giving IV parenteral medicines, you're doing procedural sedation for a dental extraction, something to be thought about. Or doing gas, especially laughing gas, nitric oxide. You need to watch the person's ventilation. You may not think it, but it'd be nice to have that, to know when the patient's apneic from too much gas or you're depressing too much ventilation. Okay? So these are just scrolling through the pictures of what the device looks like in a mannequin. Alright. Please come back for another episode of School of Airway. Hopefully things work out with me getting a sample. And I'd like to show this on a mannequin and try this on myself to see the comfort level and give you more information on how much oxygen I can give safely without disturbing the true accurate number of the end-tidal CO2. Okay? It's called the iWay device. Okay? Hope you have a good day, and please come back to a School of Airway.